Good morning, 2-3. So this video is a very important video because we are going to be starting to use a new website. It's called Study Island. It's an amazing website. I actually use it a lot when I taught third grade. I know that the upper grades currently use it, and now with everything going on with virtual learning, they're obviously letting people use it for free, so I was able to get us on, which is amazing, like I said. So I'm really excited about it. You could use this website anytime, but we will be using it every Friday as a Study Island Friday starting this Friday. Also during anytime we have a project week, we will use it more during a project week as well. So it is definitely a website that you're going to be using a lot more until the end of the year. So I just want to make that clear. So I'm starting off on Google Classroom, but I'm not going to stay here long. I'm just going to quickly go over that this video is for reading and math. So once you watch this video once, you don't have to watch it again for math or for reading, for example. I'm posting it in both places, but it applies to the same thing, okay? So basically, when you go to your Google Classroom, it's just telling you that you're going on a new website, and then in your assignment, it will have the website for you to click on. Now, it's very important that you pay attention to what I'm about to say. I already put all your usernames and passwords onto your Google Stream. Stream right here. When you're on your Google Classroom, you're going to go to your stream and you're going to see that I posted your username and your password for Study Island. You need that. You cannot lose that because, again, we are going to be using this a lot more. So please make sure, if for some reason you don't see it on your Google Stream, you can't find it, message me either here or on Class Dojo and I will help you. But I already posted everyone's username and password on their Google Streams, okay? So that's important. So basically, this is just giving you the rundown. You're going to watch my video. Then when you log in, it's telling you where to go and all. I'm just going to kind of skip over this because I'm about to show you it, okay? So this is basically what it's going to have for reading. And then the math one is pretty much the same thing, okay? It just says the same thing except what your math assignment is. So when you go to Study Island, you're going to log in with, again, your username and password that I posted on Google Classroom Stream, and then it's going to bring you automatically to this page. So where you're going to find your assignments is right here where it says active assignments, okay? This is where you're going to find the assignments that you need to do. And what I love about this website, I mean, there's so much, and I'm not going to go into it, but you earn something called blue ribbons for how well you do on assignments, okay, which is really fun. So what we would always do fun competitions with who had the most blue ribbons in certain subjects and things like that. But as long as you pass a certain percentage, you get a blue ribbon for that. So also, if you ever do not see your assignments here, I just want to point out you would go to My Classes, and then you will go here to where it says View Assignments, and then your assignments will also be here. So it's just like another way to get to your assignments, okay? But most of the time they will be right here. So I just want to show you what you have to do, okay, and the options that you have. So I'm going to just start with math, where you're going to do place value. You're going to click where it says start, and then it's going to pop up here, and you're going to click where it says place value. And then it gives you all these options. So I assign two things for you to do, okay? The first thing you have to do is you have to do the lesson. So they're going to give you a little mini lesson on place value, okay? Now the best part is you don't have to read it by yourself. It will read it to you. So you would come to tools, and then you're going to come over here to the play, and it's going to
Place value.
speak to you. So
One
it'll
way to break
literally
apart
read
or
what it says,
decompose a
okay?
number is
And
to
it
use the
highlights
place
the
value
words
of
as
its
it's reading
digits.
to you.
The
And then
decomposed number
obviously you
is
could pause it and things like that. So you have to watch the lesson in order to be told that you are done. When you finish watching the lesson, notice how this one has 2 pages. To get to the second page, you just go to the arrow. When you finish watching the lesson, you need to make sure that you click finish, okay? You would click finish. And then it's going to bring you back here. Then the second thing you're going to do, notice how now you'll have a check mark. That check mark shows, okay, great, you watched the lesson. It's going to tell me on my screen that you watched the lesson. Then you're going to go back to place value. The second thing that you have to do is you're going to go to practice. You will always go to practice after you watch a lesson, okay? So practice, you're going to click it. And then this is where it's going to give you the questions, okay? So it'll ask you a question and it's just multiple choice or drag and drop, things that you're used to, okay? Once you're done answering the question, you need to make sure that you click submit, and then it'll let you go to the next question. If, for example, you want to take a break between and you want to just go have a snack, whatever, you can hit save session and it will save it for when you want to come back on and finish it, okay? So I want to make that clear. But if you don't save your session and you're gone for a long time, it would make you restart again. So it's important that you always click save session if you are going to take a break from your work, okay? The tools again, they will have, again, they will read the questions to you. As long as you put this play button, it will always read to you. So I love that about Study Island, that they read the questions, and for reading, they could read the passage and the paragraphs to you. It's just another thing to have. So I just want to make that. For this, you can make it bigger if you need help. It can make it smaller, okay? But those are the main things that I want to point out to you. So this is the practice session. So this is what you will earn a blue ribbon on depending on how well you do. If you get a 70% or higher, you get a blue ribbon for doing well on this lesson, okay? So, okay, so you also, sorry, I was having technical difficulties for a second. But when you come back here, something else that you could do for fun, they have something with flashcards. So you could do flashcards. That's not something I assigned right now. Again, I'm just assigning the lesson and then the practice that you have to do today. But you also have the option that you could just do flashcards because you want to after that for extra practice, okay? So I just want to make that known as well. So reading is pretty much the same thing. It'll say I put reading and that you're working on plot, which is the beginning, the middle, and the end of stories. And again, when you click on it, if you're already in it, it's going to tell you that you have to obviously do the lesson, and then you would go to practice, and the practice again takes you here, which is to your questions, okay? So remember that you have to put, for the tools, you are going to, again, you have the option of making the text larger if you need to, making the text smaller. When you hit the play button, it's going to read the passage to you. Again, a great resource for you. And something I love, and I know you all know why I would love it, is that you could highlight your answers. So you could highlight when you're asked a question. If you need to find the answer here, you could highlight that answer to help you. They just have so many resources on here, and it's also great, especially since we're not in the classroom right now. This is just a great extra resource, and you could do this, like I said, on your own, just for any time you have extra, okay? If you want extra practice, this is the best thing to do. Again, we're going to be using this a lot now that we have it, but it's up to you if you ever have extra time, which I know it's always not easy with extra time, but this is always something that you could do. I can't get to it right now, but there is something, and I mean, you'll probably see it when you click on it tomorrow, that you have a gaming option. And what that means is that when I assign something to you, you have the option that you could play like a gaming one where, for example, it'll ask you a couple questions, and if you get them correct, then you get to play a little fun game, and then it'll ask you a couple questions and kind of like that. So it's another fun way to practice learning something, but taking a break with a little game in between. Okay, so you also have that you could do on here. So basically what I want to make clear for today is that for these two assignments, you have to make sure that you're completing the lesson, You have to complete the lesson for both, and you know you completed it because a check mark will pop up here if you watch the lesson and listen to it. And then you have to complete the practice. And once you complete the practice, it will pop up here with your score. And remember, if you do really well on it, you get your first Study Island blue ribbon, okay? So those are your two assignments, one for reading, one for math. If you have any questions on what to do, you're confused on anything because it's the first time you're using this website, please reach out to me and let me know. I'm here to help you, and I hope you really enjoy Study Island.